What is up, guys, and welcome back to Dan's Reviews, and today we're going to be doing our next throwback review for The Walking Dead Season 2. This is going to be for the first episode from the second half of The Walking Dead Season 2. This is going to be for one of the really coolest Aftermath episodes. This is episode 8, and yeah, so this episode right here, really a great episode after kind of the pretty much dead already episode with the Sophia, ending, shocking sequence. This is the mid-season premiere. I actually forget the name about this one, but I'll put it in the title. I forget it at the moment. So anyway, really exciting episode. I really enjoyed this one. Rick, in this episode, I really started to enjoy Rick Grimes' TV show interpretation after this episode, even more so, because when we see him shoot those guys in the bar, I was really impressed by Rick. I was like, wow, like that was cool, you know. I really enjoy also what happened with, kind of the aftermath. We've been out there looking for that girl, and she was in there all along. You knew, didn't you? You knew, right? And, the Shane stuff, right? So we see that, and we also see, Dale and Shane, their back and forth conversation. You got something to say, Dale, And Dale's just kind of being quiet, doing whatever. And he's like, what do you do to keep this camp safe? What do? You fix up an RV, you babysit some guns, really cool. So then we get Herschel, who takes off, which is crazy. He wants them off the farm. He's like, off my land, and then they kind of don't leave, but what we see is him take off, then Glenn and Rick go after him. Maggie doesn't want Glenn to go, but Glenn goes anyway, and Rick's like, I'll bring him back, right? And I really like it because then they go in town, and I like because Rick's like, sometimes we don't get enough of these days. You should be happy, enjoy being with Maggie, that type of deal. So that was another cool scene. Really enjoyed that, and just seeing everything with Rick and Glenn in this one was pretty cool. They meet the guys, right, which was another great development from this one. Yeah, so I really also like the scene where we see how Daryl and Carol, she's like, she died a long time ago, right? That type of deal. So just kind of dealing with the aftermath, really cool. We see them in the bar. They meet into the guy. Well, they run into Herschel first, and he decides, okay, we'll leave then, after a little bit of trying to convincing him. So, and I like his line, too. When I first saw you running on the fields with your boy in your arms, I had little hope he'd survive, right? And then you have the guys who come in, right? So basically, Dave and Tony come in, right? So we meet them. We don't really know if they make it seem like they're alone, but really there's a few people. They say they're on a farm, and then he's just kind of being a little rude, and he's like, oh, McDonald's at a farm, and he's just kind of being, just kind of that annoying villain type of character. So I hated them too, though, especially Tony. I mean, oh man, I hated him because oh man, don't ever tell me to calm down, right? And you got Rick, and he's going for his gun. He doesn't want to do it, but he feels like he's gonna need to if they want to get out of there. He said the first time, he's like, we don't have room, sorry, and then they keep pushing Rick to his limits. And then to the point where Rick just shoots both of them when, he tries to take out his gun, and Rick takes out his gun first and shoots both of them. Now, that was crazy because I was like, wow, comic Rick is totally in TV Rick version. This is around the point where I was like, wow, we got our comic Rick from the comic book series. And nowadays, I actually like the TV show Rick better, but at this point, I kind of like the comic book series version better, but after this episode, I started really liking Andrew Lincoln's Rick Grimes. So we see also burning the bodies. They're burying Sophia and, Herschel's wife. And, yeah, I really enjoyed this episode. This was another great piece of the puzzle, and, of course, next episode is really exciting with Trigger Finger. I remember that was the name, and, yeah, really cool. Really enjoyed this episode. I hope you guys did as well, and, yeah, guys, I will see you guys really soon. Peace.